Just yesterday, I made a short Surreal film using AI and the feedback has been really encouraging. So as promised, today, here is the tutorial, the workflow, the challenges, and the cost breakdown of how I made this short film using Seedance 2.0 among other tools. So buckle in, take your popcorn out and your cup of tea, and first let's watch the short film and then we'll get into that tutorial. I hope you enjoyed that film as much as I did making it. It took me about 6 to 8 hours to make yesterday, and a lot of that time was waiting for generations. What inspired me to make that film recently, I was watching Tim on Theoretically Media and he released his short film, totally different to this film, but I was like, wow, I really want to test what I can do with Seedance 2.0 and make my own film. I've always had an interest in what's going on inside of us, the unseen world, the surreal world, in our mind, in our imagination, and in our thoughts. So that was the inspiration for the idea. And one of the films I really enjoyed watching in the past is Inception. So it has a lot of Inception kind of style to it as well, inspired by that Inception kind of going deeper and deeper into the subconscious level of a person's thinking to try and discover something. And this is just 2 minutes long, but I'd love to develop this further and further potentially in the future. So the first step in approaching this video is thinking about how the thumbnail would present, because that's the first way people are going to get the chance to click and watch this video. So I was blessed enough to have access to Luma Labs, just like Tim had in his video, and I used the thumbnail from his video, a picture of me, and then worked from there to create this picture we have over here as the starting image. And when we click on I, this was Nano Banana Pro used in the end, 4K 16:9, and I asked it to use the upload image as my exact identity, this one over here, reserve my facial, eye likeness, hair, transform the image into a cinematic dream thriller thumbnail, and this is the output that we got from this. This was my favorite image that we created here. I created a few different ones. I tried Luma's own model as well, which was also very interesting. Same prompt again, and it gave me this shot, which I loved. It looks very filmic, in fact, but the reason I went with this one is because I thought that this would have a better chance of getting clicked through on YouTube. And I do like the contrast between the red colors on one side and the blue colors on the other. I love that, and the intensity of that stare as well. One of the clips near the end of the video was made with Kling. This is the only clip that was made with Kling. And this is the prompt that was used for that first video scene. The same prompt here was used for Kling and also for Seedance 2.0. And if you'd like access to all of the prompts used to make this video and to the Cinematic GPT, which was used to create those prompts, make sure to check out AI Creator Tools community, which is a free community where it will be pinned, the PDF with all of the prompts, and access, more importantly, to the Cinematic GPT that I created to make this film will be available in this free community in a pinned comment when you join the community. So make sure to go check it out. That's school.com/ACT. Let's get back to the video. Having explained now how the first image was locked in, I'm going to take you into the main platform where I created this film, and that is the Dzine platform. So here's our main image in Dzine, locked in within the canvas. And the first step was to create a character sheet. So this was the character sheet that I created, and the prompt for that, like I said, is in the PDF. And from that character sheet, I only took this one full-size image of my character here to get what he's wearing, his brown shoes, his blue jeans, his black jacket. And then I basically took those two images that we have, and then I took this image here of my main character to the left, took this guy to the right. You can crop this image to where you want it to be, which is what I did. I just cropped the guy with the full outfit on here. I put those two images together to create this as my reference sheet for my character identity throughout the video. So we've got a close-up of his face, and we've got a full body shot of what he's wearing as his whole outfit. With the character locked in, now the video begins. I had the idea that I want to explore this surreal space where we're going to go deeper and deeper into levels of the unseen. So I created a GPT, a Cinematic GPT, to help me write prompts for Seedance, and I'm going to share that with you now. This is the Cinematic GPT. It will be linked within the community on that post I mentioned earlier. And so the first thing I did is I shared with it my beginning screen, and I told it this extreme close-up of your face, finger, spinning top, subtle movement. This from another conversation I'd already had with ChatGPT about what I'm creating. And this is the first scene I wanted to do here. So the top spinning on its own, and inside top is a long, elegant hallway hotel, dimly lit with teal shadows and warm lamps. You stand at the far end. At the end of the hallway is a closed door. You run towards it. This gives you a grounded first stream layer. So this was the first opening part of the video where I prompted this exact part here. And then this prompt writer, along with the image and the prompt, creates this Seedance 2 prompt referencing the images, and it gives two different versions of this. When I read this, it didn't really explain in the prompt that the spinning should be from the beginning on the little spinning top. So then it rewrote it. I told it to rewrite it, and it wrote the new prompt that includes the top spinning from the beginning. So now we have the prompt. We want to take that into Dzine to create that video. And then here on the main page of the project, click on this box at the bottom here. This is where you can then click into AI video, and you can choose here start frame for this first video, but for all future videos, it will be the reference option we'll be choosing. So we use the start frame here, and we're going to grab that first image. And so I've just pasted in the prompt here. And because this is a start and end frames video, it doesn't need any references to the images, which we're going to use in the next ones. So we've got Seedance 2 selected here, and we've got 7:20, and we want the duration to be up to 15 seconds. And the aspect ratio is automatically chosen because of the starting image, which is 16:9. And then over here, the sound is turned on, and I click generate. Now with the first video generation done, you can see here it's 720p. And the first thing I do after that is go to upscale and upscale it to 1080p. Here is the upscaled version of the video. And the next thing we're going to want to do to carry on this video is extract the last frame from that video. So then you click on this button here, extract frame, and it loads up this window here where you can choose any frame within the video generation to extract. And this is the end shot of that first video. So I can click add to canvas, and it will add this image now to the canvas. You can see this is the last frame of the video added to canvas, and I can click the save button here to download. So to generate this next part of the video, I'm taking this image here, and you can see we're back in the GPT Cinematic prompt generator. And this is the image of the door from the first video and the character reference image that we created at the beginning. And so then I spoke to the GPT and I said, start from this first person door image and use the image of the man from the character sheet for identity reference for cinematic look. The door opens at speed to reveal a surreal cinematic chamber filled with giant suspended watch parts, rotating gears, dust in beams of light, floating clock hands, and carried on saying what I wanted it to do. And at the end of the prompt, my speaking to the GPT, I said, as the scene ends, something like a close-up of a raindrop lands on him, because I'm already thinking about how I want to transition into the next scene. So then the GPT has a think, and it writes out the prompt, 2 prompt options here. Choose one of these 2 prompts here that it's created, and take that by copying it from the GPT here, and then taking it back into here. Delete the prompt that I had from the first video, and this time we're going to choose reference. So we've got reference selected, and in here we're going to want to choose the doorway and the character reference and click continue. These are the 2 images that we used. You can upload up to 12 references, mixing images, video and audio, and using the app mentions to create the interactions. So then I paste in my prompt, and you can see the prompt is too long. So then I just go back to the GPT and I ask it, shorten the prompt for me. And it creates me a shorter prompt. So now with my shorter prompt in hand, just 1402, because we have an 1800 character limit, I have it in here now, and it says refer to at image 1 for the first person of them opening the door. I highlight this section here, and then I just click at, and then I'm going to choose the correct image of the first person of the door. And then over here it says use at image 2 for the man's identity. I'm going to highlight that too and click shift just to make sure the right ones are selected at image 2. And then I look for any other mentions of at images. Sometimes it does it at the end here as well. Look, preserve the identity of at image 2. So we want to select that one at image 2. And now with that prompt, with the right references selected, make sure Seedance 2, 16:9, 720, 15 seconds, because we changed to reference. Those settings changed, but now that we're using reference all the time for the future videos, it will keep those settings of 720, 15 seconds, and then click generate. Then this is the process that I followed to make the rest of the film. I went through taking screenshots by extracting them and then taking them with the character reference, going back to the GPT and saying, this is what I want to do in the next scene. And then using those images as reference to create the following scene using Seedance 2 within Dzine there. And then at the end of that, we move into the next step of the process. And the next step is editing. So once you've got all your clips together and you've downloaded them, you can bring them into your editor of choice. For me, I like using CapCut. I just laid out all of the clips here on the timeline in order. I chopped up the bits that I liked. Some of these video clips I generated more than once, but quite a lot of them come out really well the first time. So I generated about 15 clips for this whole 2-minute film here, and then basically used the audio from those clips, shifted the audio sometimes so it overlapped here, so you get that continuation from one scene to another. Added in like 1 transition, 2 transitions in the whole video. And the audio track I just created within Suno. Within Suno, it's easy to create audio. You just put in a prompt there for the type of audio you want to create. And you can see you could line up the beats here to the cuts as well. And that's easy enough to do by just clicking on this button here, which marks the beats in the audio track to help you to line them up as much as possible with the cuts that you make in your video. In terms of costing, with Dzine, for the master plan, It's $120 for 30,000 credits a month. And at the moment, they do have a 50% off plan. So you could get those 30,000 credits for the equivalent of about $60 a month if you signed up for the annual plan. And so if you take the discounted rate of $60 a month and you divide it by the 30,000 credits, and it's about almost 1,000 credits per video for a 15-second clip. So we just divide it by 30. You're looking at, with the current discount, if you buy the Master Pro plan for the year, about $2 a clip. It's the cheapest you can get it currently right now. And at 15 clips, 2 times 15, you're looking at $30 for the whole video. So if you had the Master Pro plan on the current discount at half price, then you could make this for about $30. At the normal price, you're looking about $60 for this video that I made with 15 clips. And yeah, just it's worth checking out right now. The other way, you don't have to buy it on an annual plan. You can buy it on a monthly plan, say for $60 a month. That gets you 9,000 videos a month, 9,000 video credits a month. And Seedance is one of the most expensive tools right now. So there are other alternatives, and I'll be doing a video soon on WAN 2.7 when that releases, which I'm sure will be much cheaper to use than Seedance 2 and probably give really impressive results as well, because WAN 2.6 is incredibly impressive as well. What does this say about the future of filmmaking? Well, I'm incredibly excited. As someone who studied screen fiction at university and made films the traditional way, this is an incredible moment in time where we're able to create videos that you've only imagined of, the kind of videos you watched at Hollywood. You can create alternative ends to your favorite videos and films, or you can create completely new imaginations that you've been thinking about that you'd like to bring to life. So make sure to check out Dzine, have a go for yourself, and check out the school community below where you can get the free resources. And I'll see you in a future video. Make sure to subscribe to this channel, and you probably will like this video here.